I think that Micallef cigars are unsung because I think as a brand it's unsung. Now, admittedly, when Micallef, Micallef, first made it to the market, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what that is, and I don't know how to pronounce that, and the whole thing's just frightening me. And then we got to meet the Micallef people. We got to try the cigars. They're building something very nice, very easy to do, very easy to smoke, very easy to take part in, and pretty dang easy on the wallet. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that right there is America's favorite drinker, Fingers Malloy, and this is the Micallef Red. Now, we have done the black, we have done the blue, and I'm a fan of the blue. I like it quite a bit. The red here, we're doing as a Toro, which is 6x52, which means it's 6 inches long. Always makes Fingers Malloy laugh. And the ring gauge of 52, the diameter of the cigar, or how thick it is around. Again, with the laughter. This is a Mexican wrapper with Pennsylvania broadleaf in the binder and a filler that is Mexican and Nicaraguan. I love Pennsylvania broadleaf Fingers Malloy. I love that. But you don't often see it or at least I haven't, as a binder. That's not an everyday thing.
No, but I do feel like we have done a few Pennsylvania.
Yes. Oh, have you ever been to Pennsylvania? They have the finest in cheese dips.
Cheese dips. That's what you went with.
That's what came to mind.
I feel like we've done a few Pennsylvania broadleaf cigars in the last few months. Have we not?
I think yes, we have. It's just, but it nothing's intentional with us. Like, we're not that smart. It is just luck of the draw about, what got ordered or what we were able to find, what we were able to see in whatever shop that we were in. For example, I just placed a gigantic order for Olivas, Milanios, a deal on Robustos that I was able to come across. They're in.
Well, that's interesting because you're not usually a Robusto guy, are you?
Not at all. But so you're talking about basically like a 5-inch cigar, right? 5.25-inch cigar. No, not my size. Toro at the very minimum. I like Churchills. That's where I like to be. That's where I feel comfortable in size, 7 inches, right? That's the amount of time that I give myself. I know how I smoke, and a Robusto just too short for me. But there are times when I'm in studio, I'm doing the radio shows, like my own shows or something else. I'm like, it fits my time frame now a little bit better. So I got some naturals, got some Maduros, and I'm like, this is gonna work for me. This is good. And the deal was just too dumb. Like, I for a dumb deal, I can suffer every single bit of the way. But anyway, back to the Micallef Red here. We just lit this up. First things first. It feels better than it looks. So it's more to a medium brown. You can see the leaf in it. There's some striations going on of black. Yeah, somebody got a dictionary for the holidays. And so you can see that, but it isn't the prettiest looking cigar. It's fine. Don't get me wrong. What it is it feels really, really good in the hand, and there's just the right amount of oil. There's a smoothness, not glass, right? You're not talking about that, but there's a smoothness going on to the wrapper here that feels nice. And in terms of weight, it's a nice piece. I like it.
Yeah, there's a nice little bit of heft to it. I would also say that you mentioned oil. It is, I don't want to say it's dry because it's not dry, but it's not overly oily at all. It has a nice heft to it. The texture is nice on the wrapper. The color is great. I love the band on it. That's nice as well.
The red with the gold.
Yeah, it's got a regal kind of feel to it, does it not?
Which is what I think they were going for. Now, I was looking at this wrapper, and I'm like, it's Mexican. So you think Mexican San Andreas, but there's definitely a spice that hits as we've just lit this up. We've just started smoking this. You want to get your notebooks out. Always want to get your notebook and start a new one each year. What did you eat today? What did you drink today? What is the weather? It's 1 degree in Indianapolis, Indiana. What?
I'm over this.
You're from Michigan.
I am, but I'm also getting older. 20 years ago, I'm out shoveling snow in shorts and a t-shirt. Now, my goodness, if it gets below 20 degrees, I'm just completely over it. And it's been ridiculously cold the last week.
Now, where kids are out of the house and all that, are going to be out of the house, I have decided that after this, I buy the snowblower. Oh yeah, I'm snowblower shopping in the next couple weeks. Do you want to come?
I'll show you what I have.
Do you have? Oh, I didn't know. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, I did. You look at you. You're so excited.
Well,
so proud of yourself.
It's
have you become that guy? Because I am not the guy who brags about what's in my garage. Yet here you are, like, oh, let me show you my snowblower.
Well, it does, not to brag or anything, Tony. I got it for free, which was amazing. But it has not only you can go forward, it's got like 8 gears. You can go in reverse. It has a headlight. It blows snow about 175 feet.
Challenge accepted.
It's amazing.
It's gas, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
But once you get over a certain age, and we may get into this a little bit later, when you get a little older, you need to start worrying about those snow shoveling related heart attacks.
God, this show has become a bummer. We used to just review cigars and bourbon and not a care in the world. And now, how to avoid heart attacks with Tony and Fingers. Good gosh. So you get your notebook out. What did you eat today? What did you drink today? 1 degree. What's the temperature? Because that all affects palate. And then you know, as you smoke the cigar, you break it into thirds, right? First third, second third, final third, right? You break it up in your mind and you're like, what are the flavors that I'm getting out of this? You write that down. When you have a cigar a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, whatever it is, you compare your notes. You're like, okay, that's what I really felt about the cigar. That's my through line. That's where my flavors were. There is an outrageous amount of spice coming off this cigar, Fingers, Malloy. Outrageous. I don't know if that's red pepper. I don't know if I would call that black pepper. It's also coming across a little bit brighter than I would have normally expected, because this is not just a Mexican San Andreas. It's a San Andreas Habano. And those Habano wrappers are definitely going to give you the spice. That's just, you go back and take a look. You'll be like, Habano, you're going to have a spiciness. What do you get?
Well, I was going to go with white pepper, but that spice is definitely there. And it's not a huge punch in the face, but it lets you know that it's there. And there's also a little bit of a sweetness that I can't really put my finger on.
So I can't figure out if I would describe it as herbal, or, you brought up tea about the cigar we had, the Las Calaveras we had last week. Yeah, this is not tea. Forget that. But the idea of herbal, there is something kind of uniquely baking going on, or flowery.
I was going to say floral, and I stopped myself.
Nah, don't stop yourself. You be you.
Because I said tea last week, and my goodness, the amount of anti-tea people out there.
I'm an anti-teaite. I apologize for nothing. Smoking the Micallef Red right here, the Toro, the 6x52 with that San Andreas Habano wrapper, USA Pennsylvania broadleaf in the binder, and a filler that, if I remember correctly, comes out of Mexico and Nicaragua. There is spice on this, and I'm telling you, that spice was big. Calm down a little bit. There is a flavor that I cannot put my finger on here, but I am kind of amazed at what is happening here with a level of sweetness, with a level of smoothness. It's a very, very nice stick, Fingers.
Oh, I just had a bad time on the retro hail.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay now, but for a hot second there, it was a bit of a struggle, but right? I made it through. A-okay. Yep. That spice for me has subsided a little bit. I'm getting a little bit more tobacco. There's also a sweetness there. And maybe, this is a situation where, other than the spice, there aren't a lot of other notes that are really hitting me. I don't know if that's how you feel about it, but there's also like this little bit of like a floral or some other, you mentioned herbal. There's something there that I just can't quite put my finger on.
There's an undercurrent going on with this cigar that is, it's, first things first, super enjoyable. Super enjoyable. This is well done. The draw on this is excellent. I have not touched up at all. It's been very, very easy to smoke, very easy to work with, but I can't decide what that is. Usually, if you say to me, "Well, is it like earthy or rich?" Usually, earthy is like a more there's a more specific flavor to that. There's sometimes a mustiness. There's sometimes a dirt. There's a there's a specific way I would go about describing earthiness, and this is not it. But I don't think that that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I don't think it's a bad thought if I were to say this is earthy. It isn't particularly bready, right? I'm not getting that chewiness. I'm not getting that sweetness. Like if you chew a piece of bread and you keep chewing and 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 keep chewing
And choose some more.
that is a breadiness, and that's not what this is. But is it herbal? Is it floral? Is it? I can't decide. What I know is I'm enjoying, but I can't figure out what that flavor is at all.
Okay, so you teased it earlier in the show. I have to know, how much is this cigar?
Can't tell you. You don't deserve to know.
Drag. Is it because I asked?
It's because we'll turn this whole show right around. We will go back home. Is this, Fingers Malloy, the Micallef Red, the Toro 6x52? Is this in your humidor for $8 a stick?
Oh, stop it. Yes, absolutely.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. $8 a stick all day. Now, if you're not somebody who's big into spice, not your cigar. There's no value there. There can't be a value there. But if you're somebody who's like, well, yeah, I dig it. All day long. Wonderfully constructed, feels good in the hand, got a bit of a billy club kind of feel to it, right? It's got some heft, which we prefer more than, let's say, what we call a wiffle ball bat, where it's just too light. It's kind of, you feel like it's going to get destroyed or thrown out of your hand at any second. This is nice.
I mean, my goodness, because of everything that's happened in the last few years with inflation, be able to find a cigar that has, one strong note and a few other subtle notes, well constructed at that price point, it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. This is solid. So far, Micallef is 3 for 3. And if you're asking me how I would rank them, the blue, the black, and the red, it would be blue, red, black. That's where I would be. And it's not that I'm opposed to the black. It's that I don't mind strength. I really don't mind a big, bold cigar. I find myself less interested over the years in going down that road. That is rarer than it is standard. Give me a medium plus kind of stick, and I'm a super happy man for the afternoon parts of the day. But I will tell you, it was number 3 on my list for cigars of the year from J.C. Newman, the Diamond Crown, Connecticut. I'm telling you, the explosion of good Connecticut cigars is one of the underrated stories of the last couple of years. And I have that La Galera's Connecticut, just so many good options. And we got to do a whole show on Connecticut. So that has to come. Somebody write that down and then put it in the minutes, and then we'll check into the next board meeting.
Follow Eat, Drink, Smoke on social media, on Twitter at Go Eat, Drink, Smoke, on Facebook, facebook.com/Eat, Drink, Smoke, and Instagram at Eat, Drink, Smoke Podcast. Hey, you made it all the way through to the end of this video. We're proud of you.
You should watch more of our videos. Make sure you subscribe right there to Eat, Drink, Smoke, wherever it is you get your videos, on YouTube, on Rumble, and don't forget Instagram, Eat, Drink, Smoke Podcast, where we've got the shorts and some very cool things going on.